Hunter Biden did another podcast. I don't know who the guy was. I'm going to find out who the guy was. What?
Thank you.
Do we know?
I never heard of him. I
love when he does these.
I know. I love the guy doing the interview is like, he looks kind of disheveled. He's barely looking into the camera. It's kind of entertaining. And the answer that was posted on Mediaite today, which is where I saw it, rambled on for 4.5 minutes. It was very painful. Hunter Biden was very disjointed. It was like very slow, long pauses. It was like, spit it out. So we only are going to run the last minute or so where he got on point. Watch this. This is on Kamala Harris and her book, in which, Karine Jean-Pierre is out there defending the Biden White House. Kamala Harris is out there dumping on it. This is about the Kamala Harris book. Watch.
I love the fact that my dad made the decision that here, let me tell you about loyalty. The reason that he picked Kamala Harris is because of the fact that he believes in, and I certainly believe, the most powerful force within the Democratic Party is and always has been the African-American women. They're the heart and soul and the conscience of the Democratic Party. And that's why he thought it was so important to have not. And by the way, and she had an incredible resume and is perfectly capable of being president of the United States, and I would have gladly voted for her.
Oh yeah, got to say that.
But he chose her out of loyalty, and I just don't understand. I guess I don't understand why someone would choose the expedient path as it relates to that relationship. Their own political expediency.
Their own political expediency. Okay, so my team tells me that is Tommy Christopher, who writes for Mediaite and is a far left dude who's literally chewing gum during the interview, which seems kind of passive aggressive. But okay, yeah. So there he is, ripping on Kamala. But what it was interesting was he said it. He said it in sort of a back end way, but he said she was only put in the role because she's a black woman. And for her to now have the gall to turn around and attack us when this is really what he's saying. He had to add, she's qualified, of course, I would have voted for her. But what he's really saying is she was never qualified. She got there for no reason other than her identity. So she should STFU. That's how I read the Hunter Biden commentary. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nothing good for the Democratic Party about this. That Hunter Biden keeps popping up with these kind of rolling commentaries is just is awful. I mean, look, he's right. That is why Joe Biden picked her. They wanted to try to increase turnout in down in the Atlanta area and in Philadelphia and Detroit and various places. But you can't make that statement and then turn around and say, how dare she? The fact that Kamala Harris did not separate herself from Biden during the campaign, but now is doing it. Joe Biden's book is going to be coming out soon. Jill Biden, I think, is going to have something coming out. They're going to go on the attack. Hunter Biden's going to then come and defend his parents more. Like, we have not heard the last of this. It's not helping us move forward. And then you have, as you say, Karine Jean-Pierre saying, what? I didn't see anything, which is just insane.
But something else she's been saying makes even more sense when you are reminded of Democrat Party politics and what they prioritize in picking their top people. We put this together since yesterday. This is just on her little book tour, Karine Jean-Pierre. This week alone, look at SOT 24A.
As a black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ.
As a black woman, I am a black woman, I am a queer woman, I am an immigrant. Being a black woman, as a black woman myself, that is the thing that I understood as a black woman, is that I meant a lot to people because of the communities that I represented. And whether it was women of color, black women, queer community, LGBTQ community, immigrant. And as a black woman, and I have my queerness too.
It all makes sense. Not that we didn't know what she was doing before, but she recognizes this is the only reason she was chosen. It's opened doors for her repeatedly in the past in Democrat Party politics. And as she markets this book, she is touting the only flag she knows accurately she has. It doesn't work with half the country, but the other half of the country sits up at attention and says, oh, let me subjugate myself. Oh my God, they're going to do the sign of the cross because she said the magic words. It's amazing. Every single interview, truly, Mark Halperin, imagine going to promote a book that you had written about politics. That's what her book's about. And beginning every interview with, I am white. I'm a white man. I'm a white straight man. Did I mention I'm white? Who does that?
Well, tomorrow's episode of Next Up is already booked, but for Tuesday, here are the two people I want. I want the person who's in charge of deciding which podcast Hunter Biden should do. And I want the publicist who prepared her talking points for her book tour. Because I'm very curious about those two people. I want to know what kind of career paths they've had.
Make sure you tell them you're black.
I can tell you, the person who was writing Karine Jean-Pierre's talking points used to work for Kamala Harris. It's pretty blatantly obvious that that's the case where they ended up, because it sounds like a redux to that. By the way, am I wrong that when Hunter did that interview, he used the word, I would have voted for her?
Yes, he did, actually.
Convicted felony, can't vote.
Wait.
Oh, good. Okay. Really?
That's true. He didn't have that wiped away until the end, till after.
Well, that's even more. Yeah.
But part of the problem for Karine, of course, is there were so many people who didn't want her to have that job from the beginning, and who then, when she fumbled and really struggled in the job, wanted her out, but were afraid to move against her because she was a black lesbian, or is a black lesbian woman, and they were afraid of offending different parts of the party. The whole time she had that job, the foundation under her was non-existent because nobody thought she was qualified or that she was good at the job within the White House.
I'm probably the only
totally
person that believes that she didn't ever know what Biden was doing, because from what I could tell, she never had access. She may be the only person that can say she didn't see Joe Biden's decline, because I don't think she ever had access to him in the first place.
It's a very
that's an interesting point.
It's a very uncomfortable truth for people in the Biden White House and for the Democratic Party at large, which is she's unambiguously unqualified, not because she's a black woman, but just because she was. And it did a disservice. The irony is they were trying to elevate the concept of having a black woman press secretary, and did a massive disservice to the many qualified people who could have done the job, who happen to be black women. She's just not one of them.
Please, Mark.
Yeah, and queer. She's just not one of them. And it really, I mean, ask anyone, Sean's colleagues, anyone who's had that job. She was the worst White House press secretary by a lot.
Yeah. Oh. Well, there was a debate about this on a left-wing podcast that I want to raise with Sean in a minute. But before I move off of Karine Jean-Pierre, you'll love this. Jen Psaki's got thoughts. Before I move off of this, there is an interesting piece on Karine Jean-Pierre and her accusing Anita Dunn of being a racist.
Without naming a name.
Yeah, but it's very clearly Anita Dunn.
Yes.
Here's the report. Let's see. She accuses her of mistreating people of color. Is Jean-Pierre writing about this article? In April 2024, the New York Post printed this story, inside the failed White House coup to oust Biden press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. She's so excited somebody finally wrote something about her. She's like, this made her book. She's like, oh, I'm in an article. See, people are out to get me. Dunn was orchestrating a campaign to push me out. The quotes are not around the name Dunn. They're just around orchestrating a campaign to push me out. After the women clashed in October 2023 over who should join Biden on a trip to Israel after Hamas's attack. This woman, she said, she doesn't name her as Dunn, but we know it's Dunn, said, I shouldn't travel. Quote, it will be very dangerous. You're a mother. You're a woman. Another colleague, she said, a man who had experience in war-torn regions could go in my place. Let's see. Immediately upon leaving her, I returned to my office and sent an email to the chief of staff and the deputy chief of staff. I CC'd her and wrote that I'd just been told I shouldn't go to Israel, one of the most important trips the president would likely take during his tenure. Minutes after I hit send, Dunn swept into my office, bypassing my assistant and flinging open my door. She proceeded to scream at me. You want to go on this trip? Fine. I don't know why you want to do this, but it's yours. Go. That's my dramatic reenactment. I wasn't the only woman on the White House staff who had negative experiences with this person. She had spoken dismissively to female colors of the administration, especially those who are also people of color. She doesn't like black women, black women, black women. A white woman once said to me that it was uncomfortable being on emails with her and witnessing her tone and the way she addressed women of color. It was that bickering, backbiting, and behind-the-scenes machinations, says Karine Jean-Pierre, that led her to question, do I really want to be in a party that treats people this way? And then she says, now that I can speak fully from the heart, I have an answer. After being a party insider for 20 years, I now believe I can fight harder for my country from outside the Democratic Party than from within it. From here on, I am politically an independent. And then she adds, people felt seen when they saw me at the podium. Woman of color, black woman, queer community, LGBTQ, immigrant. They felt seen, and that mattered to me. Oh, we know. Dan, good luck to you guys. I mean, honestly, like, how do you go forward with these people as representatives who are all identity and no substance?
Well, and it goes to the fact that Mark said this earlier in the show, which is the people who want to win elections know we have to change. We have to stop playing these identity politics. But the party doesn't want to do it. And I mean, all this is doing is showing that not just was Joe Biden struggling at the end, but the inner workings of the White House were a complete mess. I mean, there's nothing good that's coming out of this that makes you as an American or as a Democrat have confidence. And as we think about going forward, you want candidates to staff their campaigns with the most qualified, not checking all of these boxes and then layering people with other people. It's just not the way to run a campaign or a government.
Buy gold and get free silver. That's right. For every $5,000 purchased from Birch Gold Group this month in advance of Veterans Day, they will send you a free patriotic silver round that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. Look, gold is up over 40% since the beginning of this year, and Birch Gold can help you own it by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they will send you free silver honoring our veterans on qualifying purchases. And if you are current or former military, Birch Gold has a special offer just for you. They are waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider diversifying your savings into gold. Text MK to the number 989898 for a free info kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver, too, with qualifying purchase before the end of the month. Again, text MK to the number 989898. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.